Hello everyone, welcome to another video of my channel where I explore the capabilities of AI. In this video, I will be looking at 9 cool and useful ways anyone can use ChatGPT Vision, not just programmers. ChatGPT Vision is a new image recognition tool released by the OpenAI. It allows users to analyze images and get AI generated descriptions, captions, and answers about them. It's like having a personal assistant that can see and understand pictures. I'm showcasing ChatGPT Vision today because I believe it offers many practical applications not only for developers and coders but for a variety of professionals and enthusiasts. The AI magic behind it simplifies tasks that would usually take us significant time and effort. So, whether you are a programmer or a content creator, a teacher, or just someone intrigued by AI advancements, stay with me for these 9 insightful demonstrations of how ChatGPT Vision can be helped. So, let's dive in. So very first use case is that you can analyze a screenshot of a website or application interface. This shows ChatGPT Vision's ability to understand and explain visual interfaces. So let's take a screenshot of any random website and see how it can analyze that. So okay. This is the blog that I am maintaining for a Yaztech. So I'm going to take a screenshot of this website and let's see. All right. Now let's go back to the ChatGPT. Make sure you are on the default of the ChatGPT 4 and click on the attach images and give it the screenshot. Now we will ask it to analyze this screenshot. Okay. So analyze this screenshot and explain to me. So let's submit and see what happens next. Okay, it has looked at the picture and now it is providing some insight. So the provided screenshot appears to be a tech-focused website named Ayaztech. The main theme revolves around web development, especially utilizing the Tailwind CSS framework. Here is the breakdown. So first one is the navigation bar at the top. There is a navigation bar with the options like about, work, blog, tutorials, YouTube, contact. So that's definitely right. So we can see that we have all of these links in the header. And next it is saying that this suggests that website offers various resources, content likely pertaining to web development. So tutorials article. The main content of the screenshot displays various tutorial cards, each presenting the different topics. Like this one, how to install the setup Laravel and with Docker and Mac OS, whatever. So it is giving me the list of the articles that are visible in the screen, and it is also telling me that when these were published. So all of these information is correct. The presence of time labels, for example 8 hours 2 days ago, suggests that the website is regularly updated with the new content. Visual element. Each tutorial card has a visual representation of the topic it's covering. For example, there are visual snippets of UI elements like modal, dialog, drop-down menus, and login forms. This helps users quickly to identify the content of each tutorial. Okay, great. Focus on Tailwind CSS. The prominence of Tailwind CSS in the tutorial titles indicates the that this website has specific focus on this particular CSS framework, making it valuable resource for developers interested in learning or mastering Tailwind CSS. So at the end, we have a summary that in summary, Ayaz seems to be a web development tutorial website with a significant focus on Tailwind CSS, offering regular content updates on various related topics. The design is clean and uses of cards for tutorials makes it visually appealing and easy to navigate. That's amazing. So it has told me everything correctly about this website. So now let's go to our next use case. So it can answer questions about a code screenshot. So you can just take a screenshot of any code in front of you and give it to the ChatGPT, and it will be able to explain what a block of code is doing, identifying errors or bugs, suggesting improvements, etc. So let's do that. So one of the very nice features about this is that is very helpful for me. So sometimes I'm watching some tutorial videos on YouTube, and sometimes they don't provide the source code in the video. So in such cases, if you don't have source code, you can just quickly take a screenshot and give it to the ChatGPT, and ChatGPT would extract that code and it will give it to you, and that code would be very much accurate. So let's try that thing. So I'm going to the Ayaz Tech channel, and we will play any of the tutorial that we currently have here. So let's suppose I want to play this video, and so let's wait. We have to wait for this ad first. All right, the video is playing now, so I will skip some parts so that we could see the code. So this is the code that I can see in front of me. So I will just quickly take the screenshot, and yeah, let me take the screenshot of the entire project and go back to the ChatGPT. I'm going to start a new conversation. So, oh, by the way, I just discovered that you don't have to save the screenshot. You can just paste from your clipboard as well. So just press Command V and it will add the screenshot there. You don't have to click on this button as well. So now I will ask it that explain this block of code. First of all, I will ask it to give me that code or explain me that code and tell me what should be improved in this. Okay, let's submit it and wait for it. So it started with the code overview. It is telling about the HTML structure. It is saying that an image element with the ID banner image. Yes, that's correct. And is set to initially display the image 1.jpg. That's also correct. 4 button elements allow a user to change the displayed image when clicked. Okay, that's right. And in the JavaScript function, the function change image changes the source attribute of the image element with the ID banner to provide the file name. Yes, that is also 100% correct. And now here is the explanation. When a user clicks on one of the buttons like change image, function is called with the respective image file name as an argument. This function finds the image element with the ID banner image and updates its sourced attribute to provide the file name, effectively changing the displayed image. That's correct, and very nice explanation. Next, it is providing us the recommendation for the improvement. It is saying that add alt text. The image element should have an alt attribute to provide the text descriptions of the image. This is good for accessibility for instances when the image fails to load. Okay, great. Avoid inline JavaScript. The best practice to separate JavaScript from HTML to keep the structure, style, and behavior layers distinct. Instead of using on-click attributes in the HTML, consider adding the event listener in a separate JavaScript file or a script tag. So that's a good advice. So that's nice. Provide meaningful button labels instead of naming buttons as image 1, image 2, etc. Consider providing it more descriptive labels, especially if the image have specific context or content. Error handling, check if the image exists before trying to set it. So if the image file is missing or there is an error in loading, then this can be handled gracefully, perhaps by displaying a default image or an error message. Yeah, that's also a good idea. Next, optimize for mobile. Ensure that your images are responsive and look good on all of the device sizes. Consider using CSS techniques or libraries to help with us with this. So that's right, because we did not handle the responsiveness in this project. So include CSS style. The code does not currently have any styles. Adding some CSS can enhance the user experience, making the buttons more interactive and the layout more visually appealing. Use meaningful ID and value and variable names. Okay. Instead of banner image, consider using more descriptive ID name that conveys the purpose or content of the image. The same goes for variable names in JavaScript. So, yeah, that is a good suggestion. So comments, although the code is straightforward, adding comments can still be beneficial for anyone else or yourself reading the code in the future. With these improvements, your code can become more efficient, user-friendly, and maintainable. Okay, that's great. Now let's move on to the next use case. So next use case is that generating HTML CSS based on the picture of a website design mockup or screenshot. So this is going to be very, very interesting. So you can just take a screenshot of any website and it can create or it can generate the code for you very easily. So let's try that. I will take the screenshot of my own blog. So let's do that. Go back to the chat GPT. I'm going to start a new chat. Okay. Convert this screenshot in provide me code using HTML and CSS to make a web page that would look like 100% same as in the screenshot. Make sure that it is pixel perfect, and let me give it the image URL as well so that it could use it. So I will get the image address. You may use this image address. Okay, let's try. Creating a pixel perfect web page based on the image can be complex and may not be 100% accurate due to the limitation with HTML and CSS, but I can provide you with the basic template that can closely resemble the screenshot provided. Here is a starting point for a web page using Tailwind CSS for styling. I think it is going to use the Tailwind CSS. I think that's fine. So meanwhile, I will create a folder so that I could add this text in it to test it. Okay, I'm going to create a new file, index.html. So you can see that it has created the text for logo and all of the links that are visible in the layout. It has created one card, but we can copy paste the same card to, multiple times. That will have the complete layout. Okay, I have copied the HTML. Now let's paste it here and let's open it in the browser. Okay, great. So we can see that it is built, but it is not 100% same, but it did the job. So we can ask ChatGPT to improve it. So let's see if ChatGPT can do that. Great start, but it is not 100% same. Please improve it and make it 100% same. So it is saying that creating pixel perfect representation based on the image involves many details. I will refine the provided HTML and CSS to come closer to the screenshot, but note that achieving absolute pixel perfection might still need further tweaks and refinements. So here is the improved version. Okay, let's see. Now it is making the cards rounded. Last time the cards were not rounded and there was no shadow. Now it has added the shadow as well. So I'm hoping that this version should be better than before. But still one thing that we don't have the background color for the contact button, because in our original layout, uh, there is a background on the header. All right, it has made something. So let's try it again and go back to the VS Code, paste it and test it. Okay, now I think it's much better than before, but not still not 100% same, but it is a lot better than before. So it has the rounded shape for the cards. It has the shadow. That's great. Let me talk with the chat GPT that if it can improve it further. Great improvement. But still there are several things that are not same. Please observe the image that I provided more closely and carefully and update code accordingly to make it exact. All right, I have taken a closer look at the image and made more refinements. Here is the another iteration. Okay, interesting. So I can see some improvements, like earlier there was no font in the body, but this time it has added the font sense. And let's see. Okay, I want to see if it adds the background color for the contact input, contact button. So let's see if that happens. Now it is creating for the contact button, but again, it did not add any background color for the contact. Okay, let's copy it and try it again. Okay, this is what again it gave us, but still it is not same. So actually, let me ask ChatGPT, what difference does it see? It is still not same. Just observe the image again and tell me what differences you see. So instead of creating code first, let's see what ChatGPT can see about the differences, so that we can see that if it is looking at the right things or not. I don't think this is the right response, so maybe I need to improve my prompt. Uh, just observe the image. Again, tell me what the differences you see in the image design and the code that you provided. So now it is trying to identify the key differences. The first difference is that the logo, the Yaztec logo on the screenshot looks slightly larger than one I provided. Also, the color might not be the exact match. The screenshot seems to have a gradient. Let me see if we have. Yes, that's right. We have a gradient in the background. And navigation. The spacing between the navigation, it seems larger in the screenshot. The font weight of the navigation items looks bolder in the screenshot. The hover effect on the navigation item was not specific, but it might not match the original. The vertical alignment with the logo might be different. Main content. It still did not see the difference about the contact button, so that's not good. Main content, the cards, the image in each card on the screenshot has rounded corners. Okay, that's a good catch. I mean, they made the rounded corners already, but I don't want that padding. It should be like this one. So, okay. Uh, Image on each card on the screenshot has rounded corners only at the top. Okay, it is saying it identified the correct problem in the image, but I provided a fully rounded image. As you can see in the original screenshot, the rounded borders on the top only, but not on the bottom, but it has added on the four sides, so that's correct. Shadows in the screenshot seem softer and more spread out. The space between the image and the title looks slightly bigger in the screenshot. The text size, line height, and font weight might vary From the screenshot, the card corners in the screenshot are more rounded than the provided. General layout, uh, spacing, the space between the header and the cards and between the individual cards may not match correctly exactly. Container width, the width of main container might differ. Okay, the screenshot has a specific width, etc. Fonts, colors, and responsive behavior. Okay, as you see these differences, so please fix my code uh, to make it further same. Okay, so let's see. Okay, it's done. So let's copy the code, go to the VS Code, replace it, and try it. No man, it is still not looking same. So one last try that I want to do is that I will give it a screenshot what it has made and ask the differences. Okay, but it is still not same. I have provided the screenshot of what you made. So please compare this screenshot with the screenshot that I provided of the original layout in my first message, and then tell me what differences you saw. Okay, let's see. So this is a bit different approach. I'm hoping that this would help it to find the differences better. Okay, it has compared the two screenshots provided. Here is a list of differences it observed. First difference is in the header. It is saying that it is generated layout of IaaS tech logo is vertically centered related to the name of the links. Okay. Next is that the font size and weight, and then the spacing issue, and then the positioning. But it still did not find out the difference of the contact button, so that's not good. And next it is talking about the card size and placement. Okay, card shadow and image with the card. The generated layouts image seems to be zoomed in more than the original. Title and text alignment, text spacing. It will do some improvements, but I don't think that it is going to fix everything. So I'm going to get the final code with this, and then we will move on to the next use case after this one. Okay, then please fix my code. Uh, Let me fix my prompt. I think the prompt should be improved. Fix my code according to these differences. Instead of that, I will say that there will be any difference. My code. All right, the code has been generated again, and let's try it. Okay. All right, I don't see any much improvement, so it's okay. Actually, it made it worse because earlier it was aligned to the left side, but now it is aligned in the middle. That's not correct. So let me undo this and keep the original code that we had earlier. Okay. Now I will just quickly complete the layout by copying and pasting the cards. Okay, the card has been generated several times, and this is how it is looking right now. Okay, that's fine. So, I mean, it's a good start. We at least have a code CSS and we can improve upon it and make it better. But it is still very powerful. Okay. So now let's move on to the next use case, that is explaining diagrams and visualizations. So you can make it explain like architecture diagrams, entity relational diagrams, flowcharts, etc. So let's get some example from internet. So uh, okay, so these are the architectural diagrams that I can see from internet. So let's see, for example, let's look at this one. Okay, I'm going to get this image and go to the ChatGPT. So we can paste the screenshot and ask it to explain it. Explain this diagram. So it has analyzed the diagram and it has the administration tool, recommendation server, clients, generator server, etc. And let's see, what does it explain. It is saying that the diagram represents the architecture of a system related to a recommender server and its interaction with various other components. Let's break it down section by section. It has administration layer, client layer, that's correct, session and client, and a recommender server. And in the administration layer, we have administration tool, that's right, management and API documentation, that's correct. And in the client layer, this layer represents the different client applications, etc. Recommendation server, we have the API layer, application layer, and database layer. In the application layer, we have the online recommendation services. It provides real-time recommendations. Excellent. Generator server. So this is the generator server, and it has the data mining layer and third-party metadata. Okay. Yes, that's correct. In the data mining layer, we have further two things: process and analyzes large sets of data to discover the patterns, action-based generators, and content-based generators. The arrow shows the flow of the data and interactions between these components. For instance, the client application interact with the recommendation server primarily through its API layer, etc. In summary, the system architecture depicts a sophisticated recommendation system that caters the multiple client applications, process both real-time and batch data, and integrates with the external metadata for the enhanced recommendations. So that's amazing. So now let's try some other things. So maybe entity relational diagram. So let me get it from internet. So these are the entity relational diagrams. So for example, I will pick up a very complex diagram. So And there can be a lot of complex, but I will try this one. So it is ATG Commerce Product Catalog Table, whatever. So I will just copy it, copy the image, and start a new chat with ChatGPT and paste the image. Explain this in simple words to easily understand for the beginners. Okay. So it is saying that this diagram represent the structure of database tables related to the product catalog system for the ATG commerce. Let's break it down. Core concept. The diagram is showing how various tables in database are connected, indicating the relationship between different pieces of data about products, categories, media, etc. About the tables, each rectangle is a table that holds specific data. For instance, DCS product might hold the data, etc. Primary and foreign keys. PK denotes a primary key, FK denotes a foreign key, and relationship lines connected tables represents a relationship. For instance, a product can have multiple keywords, so there is a line connected DCS product and DCS PRD keywords. Table descriptions. Main table for products, it contains, so now it is going to explain, describe every table one by one. So these are the names of the tables that you can see here. So main table for products, it contains the details like products creation date, descriptions, and other attributes, etc. So it is saying that there are other tables as well. Overview. Think of this system as a digital storefront where you visit an online store. The website needs to show you products, descriptions, images, and group them into categories. This database structure supports that by storing all of the information and defining how they are related. For instance, a single product can be part of multiple categories, can have multiple images, and can have specific attributes like size or color. In simple terms, this is a blueprint of sorting all information about products in an online store, from product details to images and how they are categorized. It's like the behind the scenes of digital shopping experience. Excellent. One last thing, I will ask it to provide the name of all of the tables and along with its metadata in the form of table. Provide me list of all tables in a tabular form along with its metadata. So let's see what it does with that. So sure, I will list the tables based on the provided diagram and provide the brief description for the, okay. I don't need the description, so let me stop it. Just metadata like type of, like field and their types, etc. Data types are not clearly mentioned, so that's fine. But it is going to provide us names of all of the fields. So this table has these two fields, this table has these fields, and also it is telling us that it is a primary key, foreign key 1, key 2, etc. Okay, very nice. So it is going to provide everything about that. All right, now let's move on to the next use case, that is captioning images. So we can get captions of the programming like code screenshots error messages, or memes. So let's get a coding screenshot. So I will open any other video. Okay, I'm going to get explanation of uh, of this one. So provide me caption of this image. The image depicts a code snippet in JavaScript that uses the fetch API to make a patch request to this. The request is intended to update the title of the post to foo. The response from the server is then converted to the JSON and logged to our console. Next, let's find out some meme from internet. Uh, so maybe here, programming memes. Okay. So let me pick a complex meme that. So one second here. I think this one. What I really do. Okay, let's use this meme. Uh, Caption this meme. So this meme humorously highlights the misconception about the daily life programmer. Uh, the panels depict a man fixing inside a computer, representing the common stereotype of what people think I do. A scientist-like figure with the rocket blueprints. Yes, this one showcasing what my parents think I do, suggesting parents think programming is akin to rocket science. A stressed programmer surrounded by mathematical equations representing the programmer's own view of what I think I do. The last panel humorously contrasts the above with what I really do, showing a Google search on how to use dates in JavaScript, uh, emphasizing that even experienced programmers often rely on the basic online searches. That's correct. Funny as well. Let me find out some other meme. Okay, yeah, this one looks interesting. So I faced this kind of problem several times. So let's see if ChatGPT is able to understand this meme. Help me to understand this meme. Okay, this meme is a humorous take on the frustration programmers face when dealing with the errors in their code. The top left part says that error on line number 42, indicating that there is a mistake in the code on that line. The man on the right initially has a happy and confident expression, which probably reflects his initial thought that he can quickly identify and fix the error. Below, we see a close up of the code around the line 42. At first glance, line 42 seems to have only a closing parenthesis, uh, which looks harmless. But upon closer look, as reflected, By the man's shocked expression in the second image, it becomes evident that the next line starts with the keyword if followed by opening parenthesis without condition or a statement inside. This syntax error in the most programming languages. The code will not run correctly. The man's shocking signifies the realization of the misplaced opening parenthesis. No, that is not correct. So it could not understand this meme correctly. Anyways, I hope that it will improve in the future. Okay, now let's move on to the next use case, identifying handwritten math equations. So that is a great use case. So let's try to find out handwritten math equation. Okay, this is too much complex. I am not going to use it. So let me start from a basic one first so that we could see if it is even possible. Uh, Problem. Okay. Uh, which one should we pick? Maybe this one. Okay. Let me open a new chat. Help me to solve actually describe this. So let's see what does it say about this first. Okay, it has created the expression that equation in the image is this one. That's correct. This represents a quadratic equation where the expression is this is squared and the result is equal to 4. To solve for x, one would typically expand the squared them, set to the equation to 0, and then factor or use the quadratic formula to find the possible values. Okay, please. Oops. Solve it for me. Okay, so it has provided us all of the steps, expanding the left side. Okay, and subtracting 4 from the both sides. That's fine. Now to find the solutions for x, we can factor the equation or use the quadratic formula. The equation does not factor easily, so we will use the quadratic formula. Okay, nice. Where a, b, c, plugging in the values. Nice. Excellent. So this is amazing for the students. So now it's very easy for students to learn math or any subject. You can see how clearly and in depth it is trying to explain everything. So you can even ask further questions. For example, you don't understand this line, you can just copy it and talk about it. It will answer all of your questions. Excellent. That's really amazing. So let's try to find out some other question that is very difficult to solve. Anyways, just leave it, and I instead of that I will get something else. A math worksheet. So you can get the math worksheet and it will have a lot of problems altogether. So for example, this is second grade math worksheet. So if you take a screenshot of this one and give it to the ChatGPT, it will solve all of these. Solve this worksheet. Okay, so let's see. Okay, it is going to provide the solution. So 80 plus 2 is 82, etc. And all of the answers are correct. That's amazing. So in this way, it is going to solve each and everything. So that is also very amazing thing. So you can get the complex worksheet as well if you want to. So for that, for grade maybe 9 or something. So for example, let's look at this worksheet and give it to the chat GPT and ask it to solve it. Okay, it is still doing that, and that's done. So it has solved the entire worksheet. Now let's try this one. Okay, let's solve this problem on ninth grade math worksheet. So it is simplifying this first question. This one. Uh, the cube root of 512 is 8. Uh, okay. I don't know if it is the correct answer, but it is trying something. Solve this question. So it is solving that question. Okay. And next it is trying to solve this one. Scaling both sides. Okay. And combining like terms. All right. Find the value of x. Okay. Very nice. Excellent. So it is doing its very nicely, and it is providing all of the steps for any complex uh, problems using integer values. Okay, excellent. Now let's move on to the next one. So we can summarize the infographics and visualizations. So let's get some infographics. So this is the infographic example. Let's take a screenshot of any one. I don't know which one I should use. So blockchain maybe. Uh, AI models. Find some interesting one. Okay. Uh, okay, let's use this one. Copy image and paste it. Actually, we need to uh, get the concise description. So Okay, I have to start a new conversation. Okay, it is explaining that how GMO are created based on the provided image identification, gene transfer, safety testing, release. Okay, excellent. It has provided the concise information that you can learn. Let's move on to the next one now. Generating ideas for improving UI UX based on app screenshot and mockup. You can give it a screenshot of your own website and it will suggest you give you suggestions for improving it, or it will give you the idea. So let's give it a screenshot of my own blog. Uh, Provide me ideas for improving UI UX. So first is that make sure consistent imagery. Make sure that each tutorial or guide has a consistent image style. So that's why I am not using a consistent image styles for every tutorial. So for instance, some images are using real life photos like the cars, and with others are graphic designs. A unified style can make the website look more cohesive. Excellent. Okay, nice suggestion. Card hover effect. Consider adding a subtle uh, hover effect to the card, such as slight elevation and change in background color. This can indicate the interactivity and guide the user to clicks. Yeah, that is a good suggestion. Right now, I don't have that effect. Contrast and readability. Ensure that text on each card has enough contrast against its background. So, for instance, the white text on the light blue background might be challenging for some users to read. Okay. Highlight active navigation. In the main navigation bar about work blog, highlight the active page so that users know where they are. All right. Refine typography. Consider adjusting font sizes and weights for better hierarchy. Uh, okay. For example, the title of each tutorial can be made bolder and larger. Okay. Yeah. While description can remain a regular weight. Enhance call to action CTA. The contact button on the top right can benefit for more distinctive style or color to stand out more and attract clicks. Okay, spacing and alignment. Ensure the consistent spacing between cards and other elements. Also ensure that text and images within each card are aligned properly. Okay. Enhance okay, improve model design. The for the pop-ups and models like delete account example screenshot, ensure that actions are clear. For instance, the cancel button could be made less prominent and compared to the primary action to avoid confusion. So it is actually talking about the screenshot that is in this featured image. Okay. Feedback on interaction. For drop downs or other interactive elements, provide visual feedback like change in color or spinner to indicate a change or loading state. Search functionality. If the website has a lot of content, consider adding a search bar at the top to help users to find specific topics or tutorials easily. Responsive design. So this one is a good suggestion. Right now I don't have any such input, so I should add it. Responsive design. Ensure that design is responsive and looks good on all of the devices, especially on mobiles and tablets. Okay, good suggestion. Filtering and sorting for sites with numerous tutorials and or articles provide users with filtering or sorting options to help them find relevant content more quickly. Footer, consider adding a footer section. Okay, I already have the footer. Okay, what else it says that with the links to important pages, copyright information, and perhaps brief about the website or company. Remember, while these general suggestions, it's essential to conduct user testing to get direct feedback from your target audience. This will provide the insight specific to your user base and how they interact with the website. Okay, so this one is also a great suggestion. I don't have any filtering or sorting feature, but that is a good option to have. So all right, that's a good suggestion. Okay. All right, that wraps up my exploration of the 9 versatile applications of ChatGPT Vision. I hope you gained insights into the capabilities of innovative AI tool from OpenAI and are inspired to integrate into your pursuits, whatever they may be. Do let me know in the comments if this video was informative and if there are other facts of ChatGPT Vision you would like me to delve into the next time. It's thrilling to imagine the different ways we can harness this tech as it evolves. Make sure to give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and active the notification bell. Ensure you are always in the loop with my AI focused content. Appreciate your time and see you soon in the next episode.